This is number 25 from the 2002 AMC8. And this is a really good problem because it has a pretty complicated algebraic solution, which I'll show you in a second. But it also has a pretty simple solution if you just understand the problem. What's going on is that Ott has no money, and so his good friends Loki, Mo, and Nick are going to give him some money. So it goes through and tells you how much each give, and it's based upon how much they have. And you get a piece of information at the end that connects them all together, and that is each of them gave Ott the same amount of money. So to make this problem easy, we say Ott receives $1 from each of them. And so that means that he gets $3 total dollars. So the amount of money Ott has is $3. And we want to say what fractional part of the group's money does Ott have? Well, if we go back and look, if Mo gave $1 to Ott, and that's 1/5 of his money, well, that's pretty easy to see that Mo had $5. So the total amount, because we're talking about the fractional part of the total amount, well, Mo had $5. Loki gave him 1/4, which was equal to $1, so that's going to be $4. And Nick gave 1/3, which is equal to $1, so that's going to be $3. So you end up with 3 over 12, which is 1/4. And so Ott ends up with 1/4 of the amount of money. Now you could have done this algebraically, and what you had done algebraically is you would say, well, the amount of money they have, the amount of money Ott gets is equal to, is the same for all of them. And so we can utilize that piece of information. But we can also use, that allows us to see how these two kind of relate to each other. So if you think about Mo gave 1/5 of Mo's money is going to equal 1/4 of Loki's, because that's what this is telling you. That's how much they each gave to Ott, and they gave him the same amount, so those two things have to be equal. What we're going to do is, because the next one we're going to say 1/4 of Loki's money is then equal to 1/3 of Nick's money. And so you can see that we have the L in both of these, so let's just write M and N in terms of L, and we can get M equals 5/4 L, and N, if we multiply both sides by 3, is going to equal 3/4 of L. So the amount that Mo has is 5/4 of what Loki has, and the amount that Nick has is 3/4 of what Loki has. Loki obviously has the same amount, so the total amount they have turns out to be 5/4 plus L plus 3/4 L, which turns out to be 3L. But the amount that Ott got was exactly equal to 3 times the amount that Loki gave him, right? Because they all gave him the same amount. So our numerator here would be 3/4. That L, that's how much that Ott got, because he got 1/4 from Loki, and these two are the same amount, and so we can just call them all 1/4 of Loki. Multiply that by 3, you get 3/4 Loki. You can see that the L's cancel out of this fraction, so you've got 3/4 over 4. You simplify that by multiplying, 3/4 over 3. You simplify this by multiplying the numerator and denominator by 1/3. The 3's cancel, and you're left with 1/4 is the amount of money Ott had. So we never had to use an example to get there, but it was way easier to just go ahead and use an example of Ott receiving $1 from each person. And so the correct answer was B, 1/4.